Your gifts directly contribute to real, tangible change on our campus and will immediately impact all of our students. With your support, we can expand our programs and fund enhancements to our classrooms and co-curricular learning experiences. Your gift, no matter the size, can make a difference.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Featuring the visiting Auburn Eagles versus your very own Armbrae. Before we begin, a reminder that Armbrae Academy is located on the unceded and ancestral land of the Mi'kmaq First Nations people. Mi'kmaqi, also known as Nova Scotia, is still home to many Mi'kmaq peoples, the original caretakers of this land. We are all treaty people.
Where neither of us could hear either. It actually wasn't that bad. You couldn't tell if you...
People whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched that part of Mi'kmaqi known as Nova Scotia for over 400 years. And now, the starting lineups for the Auburn Eagles. Number 2, Taya Frazier. Number 7, Shia Brooks. Number 9, Ciara Pearl Grant. Number 10,
Osprey's Nest. Tonight we have the starting lineups for Auburn. We have Cortea Oliver Frazier, Nashaya Brooks, Sierra Burrell Grant, Jamie Lynn Provo, and Sarah Shepard. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Sarah Shepard. And for Armbrae, we have Sashno Dab, Nevaeh O'Connell, Lily Francois, Maddie Alsmere, and Amaya Tolliver, who just got that rebound. Welcoming in Coach Bev Greenlaw to help us on the call this evening. Happy New Year, Coach.
Happy New Year to you, Les.
So what are you expecting from this game tonight as both these teams, this is probably their first game, I'm pretty sure, back after the holidays.
Yeah, and in truth, I don't think either one of us know yet what to expect, nor probably do their own coaches, because they've had, what, about close to 2 weeks off?
Yeah, I think they've had about 15, 16 days off, and I don't know how much turkey inside of all of them at the same time, so we'll see.
I was talking to Coach Scare, and I know Armbrae got back to practice a few days ago at least. I didn't get a chance to catch Coach Ash for Auburn to learn how much practice they were able to get in the last bit. But you know how these first games after Christmas, they can be interesting.
They can be very interesting, which is what I like about this game, because, you know, previous and at the end of last year in 2023 season, before the Christmas break, Auburn beat Armbrae, but Armbrae also beat Auburn earlier in the season. So this is a great matchup to see how they're going to start off the second half.
Yeah, and I think both of these teams are sort of still looking a little bit for the best way to play for themselves. Yeah.
Right now, Auburn is definitely on the boards with Cortea Frazier.
Nice pass.
Nice pass there by Lily Francois to Maddie Alsmere for the lay-in. Ball being brought up now by Sierra Burrell Grant. Looking to run the offense for Auburn. And we're getting to move a screen call here by Grant.
In for the Ospreys, number 4, Mariah Hicks, and number 8, Peyton Phillips.
Now, one of the interesting points, and here
Number 6, Sahara Simmons,
with
and number 13, Lola Welcher.
with the starters for Auburn, is I think you'd agree that some of their stronger players were not in their starting 5 tonight.
Yeah.
So Coach Ash may be doing a little bit of experimentation immediate post-Christmas and in the new year, just to see who among his players who maybe haven't been key. Nice steal there, and
Jamie Lynn Provo going right to the hoop and blocked by Peyton Phillips.
that was a very good defensive recovery, but it was a very good steal and take by Provo as well.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Jemiah Thomas didn't start today for Auburn, and normally she has been in their starting rotation. So, and now we had a sub for Shia Brooks with Sahara Simmons. That's a deep 3 in the corner.
Nice kick and a good look
By
by
Mariah
Dix. She's a grade 10 kid, I think.
She is
right?
grade
Yeah.
10, and definitely has the range to hit that on a consistent basis.
Whoa.
Steal there by Sash Dab, and she's going right to the hoop, and she's finishing that. Nice control. She had Provo trailing her right beside on her hip, but she didn't worry about the contact. Another rebound there by Phillips. And Nevaeh O'Connell is
Now,
going to run the
Cortea's
offense.
pass to Provo was a little bit ill-advised. She was close to her, but at a very flat angle, and Sasha took advantage of the angle and stepped in, and away she went.
That was a nice pass by Nevaeh to Sash, who bobbled the ball just a little bit, but got control and still attempted the layup and got a foul there on Provo.
It's interesting so far, although again, I think Auburn is still kind of figuring things out in terms of what combinations they want to play with. But one of the things that Coach Scare did mention they really focused on in their practice time was defense, team and individual defense, and so far, remembering some of their play prior to Christmas, I think that seems to have taken hold. There's a little bit of a different defensive angle, intensity, etc.
And Sasha finished those 2 foul shots, and a putback there by Nashia Brooks.
Defensive rebounding will be a key to playing good defense. The initial shot was definitely reboundable by the defense. Nice cut.
Early score has Armbrae up 12-4.
Lack of communication on that particular offensive exchange. Nevaeh was spotting for 3, and the Dix kid, I think, thought she was going to go back door. Nice.
Nice hezzy and a finish by
Is that Jemiah?
Jemiah Thomas.
Yeah. She's got some talent.
Yeah, she's very quick-footed. She handles the ball really well.
Very much under control in that sequence. Yeah, good job by Sasha drawing the foul.
And that's a big foul right there, because that's Provo's second foul she just picked up.
And Provo is an important part of this Auburn squad when they're at their best. Would you agree?
Yes, most definitely. She's a big body. She's tall, but she has some weight to her, so it really makes it hard for them.
Well, she does a lot of the blue collar work in the paint, but she also is pretty quick for her size, you know.
Well, she's an elite soccer player.
That's what I've been told.
Is her number one sport.
Yeah.
At least I think I can say that. I mean, she's committed to go to CBU next year for soccer. So the quick footness, she definitely has that already.
She's already displayed, even on that steal, where even though she got blocked, her foot speed from the time she deflected the ball to the time she recovered it was pretty impressive.
Yeah. But I would say, Armbrae has to take advantage of her being on the bench.
Yep.
So we'll see if they actually recognize that and can capitalize on that.
Although really at this age stage in development, the main way that teams can capitalize on something like that is to play their game, because if they try to isolate certain mismatches and stuff, most high school teams at this level can't do that well.
There's a travel there by Corteo Frazier. The ball now
Shuffled
back
the
in
pivot
Armbrae's
foot.
hands. Lily Francois deep in the corner. That's off the edge.
Well guarded.
Auburn's looking to push it. Nashia Brooks taking it right to Lily Francois. And she's got a travel call. Sometimes. Maddie Alsmer over to Lily Francois. Lily's looking to attack, and she's going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, she wanted to do the step through, but I think she moved the pivot foot a little bit when she was doing it.
Maddie Roop is now in the game for Mariah Dix for Armbrae. Also, Peyton Phillips is back on the floor, giving Sasha Mildab a breather.
Again, offensive board to Auburn.
And there's that defensive board for Amaya Tolliver. Bringing the ball up the floor nicely.
Not bad.
That's a nice finish by Maya. Got herself into the middle of the paint. Found that little spin to get that extra spot.
Nice little fake cross and go there. Did not need defensively to foul her. Just defend that. If she makes it, good shot. If she doesn't, but she was at such an angle, it would have been reasonably difficult to make.
That foul there is on Maddie Roop. And Nashia Brooks is on the line for 2 shots. She misses the first one.
Kind of backed off the line in mid-attempt. Best to plant that release foot and stay. Same thing there.
A nice tough rebound there by Katea Frazier. Picks it back up and finishes
Another
up.
old board. Auburn right now are keeping themselves in this with offensive boards.
And as long as Katea Frazier's on the floor for Auburn, they will be on the boards. She is definitely a rebounding machine.
She's quick, eh? But quick, and uses her quickness adroitly. You know?
Well, she's very deceiving because she's not very tall. She's not very strong looking, but she is very quick-footed, and she's quick up off the floor.
And she gets there.
And she gets there, and she knows how to finish.
Yeah.
She has a very, very big upside for her, for sure.
Another nice Hessian cross by Jemiah.
Took it right to Sash Dab and right over top of her.
Pretty smooth finish with the left as well.
Yeah, Jemiah can do that. Like, she can get that ball high up off the glass with control.
Tried to pass through the hands, tipped.
I think Coach Scare wants a time. Oh, no, Auburn wants a timeout. So the score with 3 minutes left in the first quarter is Armbrae 15 and Auburn is now 10.
So far, neither team in the bonus, which is a good sign in this early New Year thing. We've talked about this before, but too many times defensively fouls are committed which really aren't necessary. You know, the defense has been played and there's no need to make that extra reach. And so far, for the most part, they're avoiding taking unnecessary fouls on both teams.
Yeah, no, definitely. But this game is definitely more on the offensive end right now. There's not a whole lot of extra stuff going on for defense. Like you say, the players are literally just playing their positions and not trying to do more than what they should be doing.
Which is a skill of sorts.
And it's the way you want the game to be played.
Exactly.
So early in the new year, 2024, we are seeing that both these teams are actually pretty under control right now.
Yeah, it's certainly not ugly.
Not at all.
Yeah, that would have been one of the fears, unspoken but implicit in the pregame. But so far, it's they're getting up and down. They're defending with reason.
Entering the game for Auburn is Jervea Galbraith and also Morela Beals.
That was a pretty nicely executed high back screen and the cut by Sasha, but the pass went through her hands.
Yes.
Sometimes in that situation in traffic, if you throw a bounce pass, the kid can catch it more readily.
So Armbrae has come out in a 2-3 zone and trying to see if they can throw Auburn off a little bit.
But another offensive board. Nice. And another offensive board.
And a putback by Nashia Brooks.
Again, a key part of the defense is cleaning up the defensive rebounds. You can do everything very well until the shot goes up, but if you don't clean up the boards, you've kind of wasted
It's a long three off the backboard by Maddie Ellesmere. Maya Tolliver tried to corral that, and it's a jump ball. And ball goes back to Armbrae. Maddie Roop is now in for Armbrae. Veo O'Connor looking to attack.
Got the foul.
And Nashia Brooks will pick up that foul.
Nervia kind of made that happen. She on the drive, she got into the body of the defender, and then the defender didn't pull away quickly enough.
She didn't have much arc there on that free throw, right off the front of the rim. Yeah, she did exactly what she's supposed to do. Make some body contact and then get the ball up enough that the referee's going to call for 2 shots.
Better
There's a
that
second
time.
one. Yeah, Nevaeh's usually a pretty solid free throw shooter. As you can see, Coach, Auburn's not having much problem with attacking that zone. They're getting right down the lane on that.
Well, Jemiah in particular has been able pretty much to take the ball where she wants to so far in this game.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
There wasn't a lot of help on that one. She just overshot the layup attempt, but she got where she wanted to get.
Yeah, yeah. And that foul was on Armbrae LaBeals. That's her first. And now Armbrae are in the bonus.
Nice arc there.
Amaya Tolliver's going to the line for 2 shots.
We talked about this before Christmas, but Amaya really seems to have come along quite a fair amount in a number of aspects of her game late in that first term.
Yes, her game has that's a nice take, and it's been there by Cortea Frazier.
Well done.
Yeah.
Stayed under control.
Yeah, Amaya's game has definitely improved, and you can see it if you've watched her over the last few years. She's come a long way, like you said, in a lot of roles and positions in what she's looking to do in her game. That was a nice hesitation take by Peyton Phillips, just rolled off. Steal there by Nevaeh O'Connell.
No, not there.
And then she threw it away.
Yeah, that's one where you look, you read it. Is the angle there? Is the gap there? No, it's not. You don't throw the pass. Keep your dribble, maybe pull it out.
Yeah, just pull it out. Shire Brooks looking for a call on that, but they're not going to give her that.
Got to too bad an angle. You're not going to get a call too often on that.
Ray LaBeals is picking up her second foul very quickly on that one.
A little bit of a reach there. Again, not really. I mean, we get what she was trying to accomplish, but not necessary. Move your feet. You're putting the ball under duress. Give the ball handler a chance to make a mistake.
That's right. I think there at that last part there, she got too much body on her. Nevaeh O'Connell's back at the line for 2 shots.
Similar to the first attempt the last time up. And similar to the second attempt the last time.
The second one is good.
Got good arc on the second attempt both times. Because her first miss was dead on front rim.
That's right, both times. Front rim. Yeah, both times. So those are 2 key players, Coach, we're going to have to keep a watch on for Auburn that have 2 fouls in the first quarter, Provo and Beals. And they'll both sit on the bench, I would think, for most of the second quarter.
Meanwhile, over in the corner for Armbrae, I see Sasha getting some form of attention on what looks like maybe her right ankle.
Yeah,
nice
she's been taped now most of the year. So she might have tweaked something over there.
Now, the number 8 kid for Armbrae, Peyton Phillips, she's doing some nice stuff, and she's got pretty good size. She's only grade 9.
Peyton's only grade 9, but she's working really hard, and she's actually making some adjustments and causing a little bit of havoc for some of the players out there.
The thing she has to there's another board.
See, that's something that's going to drive a coach crazy when you have 3 of your teammates right there, and the other team gets the rebound.
Yeah, and I was just to finish the thought on Peyton Phillips. She's got to learn to bend her knees a little bit more in the paint. She's a little bit too upright, and the main reason she's not finishing and completing certain plays she's attempting to make, she's not down enough. As she learns that, because she's, as we've just said, she's accomplishing some good things. As she learns to, and she's grade 9, okay? She's younger, but she's tall. But as she learns to use her length, but also to compress herself in movement, she's going to become more effective.
Yes, for sure.
That little exchange that ended was kind of wild in both directions.
In both directions. There was a great rebound by Auburn where they got the rebound with 3 Armbrae players standing there, and then they started to go one way and the ball was stolen. They tried to throw it back and it was stolen. So, yeah, it was just that little helter-skelter in the last 10 seconds. So we're going into second quarter. Armbrae up 18-14 over the Auburn Eagles.
But it's still very much a ball game.
And we want to thank tonight and always the support of Maritime Athletic Profiles for putting these games on live stream so that all the parents, fans of girls basketball in Nova Scotia, and family members, friends can watch the development that's going on here in Nova Scotia, just to see what we're doing here.
Yeah, you know better than I when Maritime Athletic Profiles began to do what they do, but it really is a great service. You know, getting an opportunity for people who aren't able to get to the gym on a particular day to watch kids play.
I think for the basketball side of it, it probably was last season, maybe the season before, but definitely this year, they've been doing so many games, guys and girls both.
Yeah.
At various gyms.
Yeah, it's been great.
And it's great. And they've been all over the province doing it also. So they've been doing some tournaments around the province. They've been doing some exhibition games. So it's great being able to have that exposure, be able for the players to get their game out there. So coaches that are looking for players at the next level can see the games without, if they can't make it into the gyms themselves.
In that exchange there, Jemiah once again got a blow by and finished in the paint.
Well, it's a nice block there by Peyton Phillips as Jemiah tried to take that one to the hoop again.
I think it was Phillips who got back and blocked. Was it Phillips who blocked that steal attempt? And
it was, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And she blocked Provo earlier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's, because Jemiah had everything there, and then the help wasn't great positionally, but Phillips was able to use her length and block the shot.
And there was another non-communicated pass from O'Connell. Mariah Dix looking to set up the offense, run the offense over to Francois, back to Mariah. Mariah's going to pull up, and that's going to be short, but Peyton's right there for the rebound and the putback.
Now, one of the decisions that it would appear,
Nashia Brooks is going to push that ball right to the hoop, and she's going to draw the foul on Nevaeh O'Connell.
it would appear that Coach Scare has taken this to go deeper in her bench earlier in games. If you remember, prior to Christmas, some of these kids we're seeing getting fairly major minutes tonight we had not seen prior to Christmas, so, which is probably not a bad idea, given that she's still kind of feeling out, you know, who can do what.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, anytime that a coach can go deeper into the bench, any time of the year, they're you know, that's a luxury for sure. And being able to come back after Christmas and do it is something that you're always looking to be able to do.
Well, and if you look at the strongest teams that we've seen, they do have deeper benches so far.
Yes,
I would say,
they have.
You know, we could name them, but from what the games I've seen so far, at least, the teams that have been the strongest, in fact, do have deeper benches.
So Nashia Brooks went 1 for 2 on those last 2 foul shots. Auburn is inching back into the game, 2017 now for Armbrae.
And they're doing some decent stuff off the ball, cutting through the gaps, delivering, you know, passes, but it hasn't quite kind of pulled together yet. But they're doing some pretty good player and ball movement against the Knights again, but got to get better communication. Probably has to take a little bit off that pass.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard pass going through. Cortea knew where she was going. She knew Cortea was coming, but that ball was whipped in there pretty quick.
Yeah, the idea wasn't bad. The execution's got to get
that
a little
shot's
more.
off the front of the hoop on Mariah Dix, but there's Cortea who misses that layup.
Probably should have just taken that with her right hand.
Yeah. Almost a steal there by Frazier again.
Very fortunate to get away with that angle pass.
And there's
that
a turnover.
Shia
Shia Brooks is taking it to the hoop. She's got a floater, it doesn't go. Francois is looking to push it.
Getting a little bit ragged both ways right now.
And nice take by Lily Francois to finish that.
Got herself downshifted and in balance on that take, and was able to finish because
Kept
of
the
that.
defense on her back. Now expect Thomas to look to take that. Oh, another block there by Peyton on Sierra Grant.
Phillips is definitely making a presence known in this game.
Yeah, she definitely is. I mean, as a ninth grader, you're always looking to see what they can and can't do.
As a coach, I expect Coach Scare would really like her to have been about 4 inches deeper on that. She was literally straddling the three-point line.
Mariah Dix just hits that shot there, stretches that score out a little bit more, 7 points. And again, we were saying, you know, you want to see what Armbrae can do while Provo and Beals are on the bench with their in foul trouble. This is the time that they want to try and stretch that lead. That deep three is off by Francois.
Oh. It's all right.
Peyton Phillips at the rebound, but had it stripped away. We have a timeout here by Auburn.
I think Jemiah was a little bit frustrated she couldn't save it, but she gave a great attempt.
Yeah, for sure. You can see the pace of the game has picked up.
Well, it got the pace picked up, but the level play didn't for a little bit.
That's right,
there.
for a little bit.
Very ragged. Now, then they started to get themselves just enough under control to make some better decisions once they arrived in the scoring area in both ends. And I think the presence of Phillips actually has made a difference on the defensive boards for Armbrae.
It definitely
and
has.
It's begun to neutralize a little bit that advantage Auburn was having of consistently getting the ball back off the old boards.
Mm-hmm.
So Auburn, what the zone has done it's just taken certain options and angles away from them that they were getting earlier against man. It hasn't been extremely, seamlessly played, but it's just altered the angles enough that Auburn is struggling a little bit against it.
And I think what's happening is, they're still getting to the hoop and they're still, crashing in on that into that zone. But then at the last minute, you have Phillips, who is just kind of there when they forget she's there.
Well, they're not getting to quite the same advantaged angles they were, and once again, the zone enables Phillips to be present, so she's not distracted.
That's right.
Because again, one of the biggest, the toughest parts of teaching defense at this age and stage is to get help defenders to understand you're still trying to defend the ball.
That's right.
And they tend to get overconscious of their player, and so a lot of times they'll clear out when the player clears out.
So Phillips is going to take a break, and Sasha Dab is back in. There's a big three by Maddie Alsmer. It's off rim, and rebound by Sahara Simmons, who's looking to push it. She's going to pull it out a little bit.
Good choice.
And find Jemiah Thomas. Guarded by Sash Dab. She's looking to spin to the middle and kissing up high off the glass.
Again, Jemiah's been pretty much able to get the ball where she wants to get it. I'd like to see her make a little quicker decision when she first receives the ball. But other than that,
ball's deep in the corner. Lily Francois guarded by Sarah.
Nice kick.
Sahara Simmons out to Sasha Dab. She misses the three. There goes Shia Brooks. She's looking to push it. She's going all the way. Oh, and she's called on, Sash called on the foul.
Hard to tell.
Shia Brooks.
Our angle was different from the referees.
Our angle was definitely different.
So let's just say that.
So Shia Brooks is going to go back to the free throw line for 2 shots. And
again,
she's missing the
dead
first
on the
one.
front rim, not enough arc. But if she would take that right foot and nail it and then flow up through it, I think she's going to increase her percentage of
she's constantly stepping back on that free throw. That one she didn't step back, but she leaned back.
But she leaned back. She's got to flow up into the diagonally slightly forward.
Mariah Dix looking to spin, go to the hoop.
Ooh.
That's off from the rim. There's a push by Jemiah Thomas to Shia Brooks, and she stepped through and finishes it.
The step through made the difference.
Step through definitely made the difference. No contact, no foul call.
It's a good no call.
Great no call. A little bit of defense there by Sahara Simmons.
Nice.
There's a lead pass
Nice
to the hoop
lead
for
done.
National Dab.
Both in Sasha's move and in the delivery of the pass, where and how it was delivered.
Sarah Brooks, Jamie Lynn Provo looking to take Sasha in a block.
That's legit. Clean
Yeah,
D.
yeah. And I think what Sasha needs to do is she needs to make sure, oh, nice run, nice finish, and a great pass by Lily Francois.
And again, Lily took enough off it to hang it up in the air so Sasha in traffic could get it.
Shia Brooks coming down, putting up the three.
And then get herself under control.
That's way off.
Okay.
A little bit of a run there by Armbrae. Score is now 28-21. We're going to have some players that are going to get a breather now. Shia Brooks and Sahara Simmons are going to get a breather. Cortea Frazier and Mirela Beals are back in. Nevaeh O'Connell is back in.
Now, Beals has two, yes?
Beals also has two.
Okay, so we got those two.
Beals
key
and
kids
Provo
for
are both
Auburn.
playing with two fouls for Auburn. That three's launched by Nevaeh O'Connell. That's off the mark. Mirela Beals got the rebound. She's looking to push it. Ball's
Nice
over
look. Oh,
to Jemiah Thomas.
interesting.
Yeah, Thomas hits Frazier, and Frazier hits Beals, and back to Frazier again for the layup.
And I'm sure when Coach Ash sent those two players back into the game, he sort of sent them with a little bit of a reminder.
I think they each had had some conversations before they entered the game. So the score is 28-23. What do you think Coach Dewan is telling his team?
Well, I mean, interestingly enough, of the two teams, it's changed a little bit from the start to currently, but in recent play, Armbrae are being more effective in their offensive transition than have been Auburn. Earlier on, that wasn't the case,
right.
you know? And so I expect one of the things he's talking about is being a little bit more selective down here, getting back to doing their best they can to get to the old glass. I think the presence of Phillips for a while, kids forget things, right? And Auburn was getting virtually every offensive board.
That's right. They were early on.
Phillips almost personally changed that equation. But she's not on the court right now. So, you know, let's get back to slashing those gaps and beating people to loose balls and getting some old boards back so we can have a few more opportunities and also maybe get to the free throw line. The other part is when we get to the free throw line, we got to knock it down.
Make them. You got to make them. Yeah, for sure.
Because the missed free throws are part of this momentum shift.
Like we said, Dab's back into the game. There's a nice
Nice
pass, great hands, great finish there for
Really
Armbrae.
lovely cross-grain look by Nevaeh on that one.
And it's good to see Dabs back in. She was getting a little bit of treatment there on her ankle, but she's back in now.
Since she's come back in, she's been a factor without
yes,
question.
definitely. And there's tipped off on the rebound. Thought she had that one. Beals is going to attack that hoop. She missed her floater. Nevaeh O'Connell's got the rebound. She's looking to push it. She's going to settle it down a little bit.
Beals is young, and we haven't discussed her much at length in this game, but we have discussed her off-site, you and I. She's talented. And,
She's extremely talented. Nice
Nicely
pass and a nice finish. Nice pass from Provo to Frazier.
And almost perfectly timed as well as located.
Yeah, she got that ball and she laid it up. She didn't have to get it to the floor at all. So again, teams are slowing down a little bit, looking to get the
Nice
best.
heavy, but the pass. Now that, on the other hand, compared to that last pass where she had great touch and took something off velocity, that was way overthrown in terms
But
of
she also had the great opportunity to shoot that mid-range jumper, which is what
Yeah.
Coach Jay Lynn told her. Like, that's your shot on that spot,
yeah,
right?
she had either, but if she was going to go with, what she may have done is predetermined she was going to throw the pass.
Oh, totally.
And-
That's exactly what you saw.
Yeah. Anticipation does not mean predetermination.
Yeah, no, she definitely was passing that before with a thought of shooting it. Auburn's creeping back in a little bit. Francois trying to take it to the hoop. Mirela
Not a
Beals
bad
has a
look, just couldn't
rebound.
get over the
She's
rim.
looking to push it. They have a 3-on-2, and she's going to take it
Nice.
herself. Missed that.
Again, board by Auburn, so they are starting to get that, so that could
And
very
then,
well
then
have
a
been
turnover.
part of Coach Ash's message. they've definitely been doing it.
Francois has that turnover, and ball's now in the hands of O'Connell. Going to
Tolliver
Mariah
had a
Dix.
decent seal there if Nevaeh dribbled down to get the passing angle.
Lily shooting that three. Nails that from the top of the key.
Nice player movement for that, so she caught that one in better rhythm than her previous three attempts.
Jemiah Thomas has the ball, looking to attack downhill.
Missed the shot, but again, she's getting
Three Auburn
pretty
Eagles
much
there
where
for
she
the
wants.
rebound. Francois
Nice
bringing
kick.
it down.
Good read.
O'Connell looking to attack it,
Good
not
battle
getting a
and
call.
no defensive balance.
Auburn gets the ball, pushes all the way up to Marilla Beals.
That's an
for the
instance
finish.
where Dix, as a younger player, went for the ball here instead of getting back here and having an opportunity to defend the 2-on-1. Another turnover.
She's guarded by three people. Like, three people are in the area, so that pass can't be made. Yeah.
But because the other part of that is, think about this. You've got one kid on the near the elbow being guarded by three players. What does that tell us mathematically?
That's right. I definitely have a couple other teammates that are open.
There are some other people, and given how compressed that group are, they're going to be in space. So let's find them.
Yeah. So I think Coach Jaylin wants a timeout here.
Yeah, because the last two possessions for sure, maybe three, have definitely not been well executed by Armbrae, and they're getting Auburn back into this thing momentum-wise.
Most definitely. And Auburn is definitely taking advantage of the turnovers that they've created.
Folks, hold on tight to anything flammable, because we got a barn burner on our hands.
So we have 48.5 seconds left going into the half. And Armbrae is up 33-29.
Again, the game, it's been pretty consistent in terms of neither team has really pulled away.
No.
You know,
I think 7 points was the biggest lead that Armbrae has had in this first half.
and that was very short-lived.
That was very short-lived, yeah. I think Coach Gear is just trying to emphasize to the girls you need to take care of the ball, because the reality is Auburn's defense isn't causing these turnovers, right? It's not like they're playing tenacious defense and all that, but the unforced errors by Armbrae, I think, are what Coach Gear is trying to emphasize.
Yeah,
on the
in
girls.
these recent exchanges, the wounds are self-inflicted.
That's
without
right.
question.
Yeah.
And I do know from talking to Coach Scarrett pre-game that one of the things she's really trying to get them to concentrate on is taking care of the basketball,
Right.
shot selection, play selection, understanding tempo, and understanding who they are, who Armbrae is, and what kind of game they're going to have to play to be at their best against the best competition.
So it's down to a one possession game. Cortea Frazier went 1 for 2 from the foul line there. Armbrae has the ball back. Nevaeh O'Connell's trying to run the team. Lily Francois is deep in the three. That goes off the side rim. Jamie Lynn Provo pushing the ball. Auburn's rotating the ball really
Nice.
well. And Jamie Lynn Provo's wide open.
Somebody's assignment down low got messed up, and Jemiah found her. Boom.
Jamie Lynn Provo's wide open there under the hoop for the basket. 10
Looks like-
seconds left.
Yeah, again,
And another steal.
tough angle.
The turnovers are coming back to haunt Armbrae. The steal, and Marela Beals finishes on a layup.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, that's almost a lesson in basketball. Basketball is a game of momentum, and Armbrae, I think you would probably agree, more or less, it wasn't like locked down on the half, but they kind of controlled the thing and held the lead most of the
most
half.
definitely.
But a few errant passes and unnecessary, by and large, unnecessary passes.
Unavoidable.
Too early.
Unavoidable.
You know.
Unavoidable passes, turnovers, however you want to distinguish them. But they definitely gave the ball into Auburn's hands many more times than they should have. And usually when that happens, there's a real good chance that team capitalizes on them. And you know, with the caliber of players that Auburn does have, they do have more of a chance to capitalize on those turnovers, and they have done that.
Well, it brings us back again to the thing we were talking about with tempo. Armbrae, the tempo that will be ideal for Armbrae is not going to be the tempo that's ideal for Auburn.
No, definitely not. Definitely
And
not.
what happened in that last 48.5 in particular, but even began before that, was the game began to be played at the tempo that Auburn
That's right.
would like it to be.
That's right. Yeah. All right, so we're going into the half with Auburn up 34-33 over Armbrae. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 9 minutes. Stay tuned.
At Armbrae, the annual fund campaign is really the backbone of our fundraising efforts. That's because the projects are designed to enhance the learning of current students. So we conceive of and raise funds for the project this year, for example, and then we launch it next year. In the past, you've supported projects like smartboard upgrades in classrooms, classroom furniture upgrades, playground equipment, the new class set of microscopes in the science lab, and of course the new bike shelter that's being built this week. So thank you for your support of those projects. Like all independent schools, tuition fees only cover about 85% of our operating costs. So it's through the generosity of donors like yourselves that we're able to bridge that gap. This year's projects include musical instruments, visual art equipment, and smart board upgrades across all divisions, and of course our scholarship and bursary fund as well. In the coming weeks and months, you'll be given opportunities to support the project or projects of your choice, and I just wanted to take a moment here to thank you in advance for doing so.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support.
Thanks to your generosity, we were able to outfit our science lab with state-of-the-art microscopes. When we pool our resources together, we can make a significant impact on the Armbrae experience for our students. All gifts, regardless of size, have the power to inspire.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of the first game of the new year, 2024, between Auburn Eagles and hometown Armbrae Ospreys. Auburn, it was leading 34-33 at halftime, so that's where we're going to start. And we're looking forward to a very fun and interesting second half.
Now, anybody just joining too, Les, we should probably let them know the game was played fairly evenly throughout, with Armbrae basically maintaining about a 4-point lead for most of it. But then Auburn went on a run in the last about a minute plus, and the last 48.5 in particular, to take that lead.
To take that lead, exactly. Auburn didn't lead. I don't think they led really early in the game, I think 5-0. And other than that, this is the first lead that they had. So we're back at it. On the whistle tonight, you have A.J. Simmons, Dean Pan, and Rob Anderson making the call.
Good.
Auburn is looking to finish that first, make that first basket of the second half.
Amaya got herself caught underneath, bad angle there.
But there's a rebound by Jemiah Thomas looking to push it, and it will stay with Auburn.
Lily's choice not to take it was probably a good choice, but then Amaya got herself just in jail, basically. Nice look.
There you go, a nice mid-range jumper there by Jamie Lynn Provo over top of Sashnil Dab. Armbrae will start the second half with Sashnil Dab, Maddie Ellesmere, Lily Francois, Amaya Tolliver, and Nevaeh O'Connell.
When Nevaeh first caught that, Sasha had position, but then Provo moved quickly to get to the front, and at that point the pass should not have been thrown.
Auburn start the second half with Nashia Brooks, Sierra Burl Grant, Jamie Lynn Provo, Cortea Frazier, and Jemiah Thomas. Armbrae's looking to move the ball, see if they can find attack. There's a nice attack of the seam between Nevaeh Collins. She misses, rolls off. Jamie Lynn Provo looking to push it. Jemiah Tolliver taking it to the hoop on a spin over Maddie Ellesmere.
Jemiah's been very consistent being in balance and under control with almost all of her takes this game.
Yeah, Jemiah hasn't had much problem at all doing what she wants to do out there on the floor for Auburn. Nice defense there and a finish, great finish, tight defense.
And that was kind of a nice display of Sasha's talents.
That's right.
She stayed down, played down, and just kind of felt her way through. A couple of reverses, all in balance throughout.
And right back at it, Nashia Brooks taking the ball right to the hoop, and she finishes on a nice layup. Sasha's looking to attack again, gives it to Lily Francois. Armbrae will keep the ball here on the sideline. Mariah Dix will come in, and Ellesmere will take a seat.
Dix has played reasonably well for a grade 10 kid in this game, I think.
Yeah, she's been doing some small things, and what I think the coaching staff are looking for certain things for her to do.
Bad angle there.
And there's another steal there by Nevaeh O'Connell. Lily Francois.
Got herself too far under.
Yeah, you got to hit that backboard to help you out as much as possible. Mariah Dix set up for the three, and she drains that. That's a big shot. Maybe a little bit big confidence booster for them.
It was good ball movement after they got the ball
Sierra
back.
Grant takes a long two, and that's off the rim and off the hands of Provo.
Think she just lost the handle on that, did she?
Yeah, I think so. Phillips and Rupert back in, and O'Connell and Amaya Tolliver will take a break. Lily Francois is going to run the offense a little bit here. Over to Dix, over to Dab. She's going to take a three. Rims in and out. Thomas gets the rebound. Up to Provo. Oh, up to Grant, who misses it. And also Nashia Brooks, who missed that rebound.
It could be the mixture of some of the less experienced Armbrae players getting more playing time, but their defensive balance is hurting them. They're not getting the deep protection in transition.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They got lucky that time.
They
Auburn missed.
They definitely got lucky. That was a nice ball movement up the court. Hadn't hit the floor.
Angle.
Yeah, that entry pass.
Nicely
They
done.
haven't figured that out. And there's a layup there by Grant.
Jamie Lynn may be primarily a soccer kid, but she has a great sense of angles and passing.
She has she's a great touch. And again, you're seeing Armbrae is not helping themselves any by turning the ball over.
Wide open.
And a
Nice
wide open
hezzy.
drive to the hoop by Nashia Brooks, who have stretched the lead 44-38. First 4 minutes of this third quarter.
Ball's got to move.
And there's Provo going to the hoop. And she's going to finish with the layup.
When Armbrae tries to go vertical, they're not very effective, particularly in the matchups we're seeing tonight. If it's a vertical game, Auburn's going to win it. If it becomes diagonal and moving and going side to side and getting from foul line extended to foul line extended, now Armbrae can open up some lanes and be there. But if they try to just go vertical, Auburn's going to win that exchange.
And right now it looks like Auburn is on a 10-3 run coming out of the half into the third quarter here. Coach Jay Lynn called timeout. She needs to have a conversation with the young ladies right now, and I would say, if nothing else, it is about the turnovers, the unforced errors. You know, being able to pass to the open teammate, whether that means that you make an extra pass and don't make the pass, but definitely, you know, they're not helping themselves out any.
And as a consequence of that, answer this question. How many times has Auburn had to play quarter court offense in this quarter?
Yeah, no, they haven't had to much at all.
It's transition.
Yeah, it's been definitely transition for our Auburn. They're definitely leading the way in the second half. But again, it's not because of the overpowering defense of Auburn that has caused them to be
it's self-inflicted
in transition.
Wounds at this stage
right?
of the
So
game. Yeah.
sometimes it's
Nicely
because
done that time.
sometimes it's because the defense is tremendous and they're getting steals, and other times it's not. So
that offensive possession
nice
was
take by Jamie Lynn all the way
nice
to the
take,
hoop. It
didn't
rolled
go.
out, but she got her own rebound, and she's going back to the hoop again.
Ooh.
Oh, rolled out for a second time. But again, Auburn keeps getting these offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and really that was just bad luck because that was a nice take by her. That was about as nice touch a miss as you can have.
Yeah, and she had two opportunities there.
But the second one in particular,
Yeah.
that thing was soft on the rim, and that goes in like 85% of the time.
Yeah, it rolled all the way over.
Tough
And
take.
Mirella Beals is
Too
now
much
back into
traffic.
the game, and she gets
That's a
her
tough
own
follow.
rebound and puts it back. So Armbrae's going to have to regroup here a little bit.
Well, it's been a while now, but their last offensive possession, that one not. But the pass from Sasha to the cutter through just missed, I think it was Ellesmere. It just didn't quite go, but it was a good look. But this last possession back to quick turnover, one pass.
I think recognizing where the defense is at, what position they're in. If their hands are up, you can't pass through the hands being up.
Well, none of that. Again,
There's a steal there by Nevaeh O'Connell after she missed her own rebound. Those balls are continuing to rim out for Armbrae this third quarter, which would have given them a little bit of relief, but there's Jemiah Thomas going to work.
they don't have a defensive answer for Jemiah.
They do not have an answer for Jemiah Thomas today.
Now that's a good look.
That's a nice mid-range jumper there by Mariah Dix. Just keeping it simple, right? Just keeping the offense simple. Good things happen. There's Mirella Beals going to the hoop.
That was
and
probably a little
Peyton
too
Phillips gets a rebound. Nevaeh O'Connell looking to push, looking to attack. And it looks like Jamie Lynn Provo is going to be called for her third foul. Nevaeh O'Connell will go to the line for two shots. Thomas and Provo are going to get a breather.
And I think in that particular exchange, Jamie Lynn, although she's going to Cape Breton for soccer, is considering taking pre-law. Because she definitely would like to have a little bit of negotiation here.
Here, Nevaeh O'Connell made the first one. And she made the second one. Auburn has stretched out to an 8-point lead with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Yeshaya Brooks looking to drain it from three. That misses off the front rim. And she gets caught up with Mariah Dix. Ball back to Auburn.
Auburn has not relied much on the three today, and I don't think they've hit a three, have they?
I don't think they did. There's a steal there by Nevaeh O'Connell.
Made her error by getting, should have escaped immediately upon
Gets
the
it to
receipt.
Lily Francois, looking to take it downhill.
Yep,
And we have a little bit of body contact there by Cortea Frazier.
Foul on number 2, Chaya Frazier for the Eagles. Osprey possession.
You're watching a great game tonight with Auburn Eagles and Armbrae Ospreys, brought to you by Maritime Athletic Profiles.
Armbrae's been pretty successful with that end line out of bounds, where they just come up and set the high back screen. The kid goes back to her off it. They've gotten the opportunity pretty much every time so far on it. And I think they've probably, most of them, have either scored or gone to the line.
Yeah, that foul was on Shepard, and we have Amaya Tolliver at the foul line for 2 shots. And she goes 1 for 2. Rebound by Marela Beals.
Well.
She's looking to push it. Over to Brooks. Coming back, Beals, handoff. And she's going to settle for a 3, which is off the rim. Rebound by Nevaeh Carnell. Pushing it to Dix. Nice spin. Oh, off the front of the rim. There's ball push to Sierra Burrell Grant. And a handoff to Marela Beals for the finish. Armbrae's looking to push it again a little bit.
May have gotten away with the walk.
I think she might have got away with a couple steps there, but we're going to keep playing on. Handoff there from Dab to O'Connell. There's a block shot by Beals. Long push. Up. Brooks gets it. Beals has it. Nice steal.
Nice D.
Good defense on the cut there by Amaya Tolliver. Break it up.
One of the things passers have to do is read the defenders.
Yes.
Too often passers think they're throwing the pass to a teammate. You're not. You're throwing the pass to a place where only your teammate and no defensive person can get it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's a slight distinction there.
So we have a timeout here by Auburn Eagles.
Now, Armbrae was getting a little bit of momentum back when they were taking better care of it down here, getting better first looks. That last transition, which was a tough finish by Beals, but a nice wait by the kid for her and caught her trailing, and she made the hoop. But Armbrae, I honestly think, to compete in this game and try to win it, are going to it's about what they do offensively in terms of taking care of the ball, getting good shots, then what they do defensively in transition, which so far they've not been able to stop transition. But that starts at the offensive end. It has to do a lot with how they play offense.
Yeah, and you know, for the most part, Armbrae has had the one and dones. They haven't had the rebound putbacks for the most part. Auburn has had that opportunity. They've missed shots, but they've gotten rebounds and they put shot back again. Or they've missed it and they've gotten the second rebound.
But the bulk of their points have come in transition and old boards, as you say.
Yeah. So that's a missed shot there by Brooks.
The one and dones they have had have almost all been in transition.
That's right. And that's a travel call by Armbrae.
I think she might have shuffled her feet a little bit on that thing. But those are the kind of errors you can't afford to commit when you're playing this kind of game.
Yeah.
And your game has to be a certain kind of game.
And you're in the position where every possession matters.
Yep.
Yes, it's only the third quarter, but they're down 9, and so they want to try and cut into this.
And it's style of play, and it's how many points are you likely to max out at.
That's right. Yep.
Got fortunate there.
Good attack. Ball's on the floor. Everybody wants it. Who wants it? Yeshaya Brooks going right to the hoop. She wants it.
They've got to, in that one, I think you've got to step in and make the kid have to make an extra pass. Brooks has been able to walk in several times in this game and get that same kind of open lane.
Well, for Auburn, their game, the big block there. Oh, I thought that was a big block by
it looked clean from our
Jemiah Thomas, but
again, we have a different angle from that.
Referee Pan says that that is a foul on Thomas, and Sashnil Dab will go to the line for 2 shots. But as I was just going to say before that foul happened, you know, the bulk of the game for Auburn has come through Thomas and Brooks. Like they have had a supporting cast.
And transition has been more democratically distributed, but yes.
The supporting cast has been with Provo and Frazier and Beals. But yeah, definitely they have had quite the impact on this game. Ball reversal.
Ooh.
Way off on Beals, but there is another offensive rebound. There is another offensive rebound by Auburn.
And another
Players are going to the
but
floor.
She stepped out of bounds.
And Beals stepped out of line.
Thomas, in particular, for Auburn, has been able pretty much to take the ball where she wants to take it. In transition, in particular, Brooks has been very effective.
Yes. Yeah, her shot hasn't been on.
Again,
but it's a transition.
Another turnover, which is just not necessary.
And there's a finish. Another finish for Brooks. Auburn has stretched the game out to 11 points now. There's a big block by Provo over Maya Tolliver. And Beals is taking it right to Nevaeh Connell.
Beals is a very strong, athletic finisher in transition.
She is, and she can do that in many ways. Like, she can be off angle, as you just saw there. It doesn't have to be a straight layup.
And still, was under control and finished it.
That's right. That ball rolled off the front of the rim for Maddie Ellesmere, but the rebound by Nevaeh Connell. And we got a foul call here.
One of Nevaeh's strength is picking up the low loose balls. She's very good at getting the loose balls that are kind of waist level and below.
Yes, yes, definitely. So Nevaeh O'Connor will go to the line, shoot 2 shots. First one is good. She's gotten the arc onto the first shot.
Yeah. Let's see if she can repeat. Yep.
And she's good for 2.
But as you said a few times, Armbrae's got to put more value in every possession they have offensively.
Yeah, possessions are at a premium right now, and so 18 seconds left going at the end of the third quarter here.
Short corner.
Auburn's looking to see, and that's a block there by Sasha on Provo. So we have 12 seconds left, and Auburn will inbound underneath the hoop.
See what Auburn's got.
12 seconds left. Let's see what we got.
Whoop.
Oh, almost a steal. And
There.
ball's out of bounds.
Not sure whose ball. Auburn, we're very fortunate that wasn't a turnover, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not
Little
sure
bit
what was
of
going on
confusion
there.
here. Well, I think
I'm not sure who's supposed to be out of bounds.
Yeah. I'm not sure they were sure.
Yeah, yeah. So we have 7 seconds left. Oh, nice. Just
didn't
missed
get
that
back
one.
out far enough to get the angle.
Mariah Dix looking to take it up the floor, and the time will run out in the third period, third quarter.
Now, 10 minutes is plenty of time.
It's more than enough time.
For a lot of things to happen. Armbrae, again, I think we're probably in agreement. Armbrae has got to play a different style of offense from what Auburn wants to play and will
Wants
play.
them to play, yeah.
In particular, your point about Armbrae not getting very many second shots, not very many O boards or putbacks, is a big factor in how they have to play in terms of getting their first shot.
Big factor. That's right, for sure.
And the big thing is they just cannot afford to continue to turn the ball over at the rate, but also at the pace at which they are. They're turning it over early in their possessions.
They're turning it over early, and they're turning it over often.
Yeah.
And then when they get possessions where they actually have the ball and are trying to move through their offense, they're rushing. They're not taking care of the ball. They're not taking their time.
Yeah.
And so, when you combine both of those two things that are happening, they're coming out on the wrong end of it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I meant by the rate and the pace. The rate is the often, the pace is the early, and often is bad, and early and often is
so
really bad.
So we're starting the fourth quarter. Auburn's up 58-47, and we're going to see if Armbrae can fight their way back into this game.
I think
little more patience,
but
again,
angle.
Yeah, a little more. Again, you got to understand and recognize how the defense is playing. 2-on-1 here for Auburn behind the back pass.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a nice play. Behind the back by Brooks.
The behind the back is one thing, but Jemiah's sort of cross-screen dish there was
nice finish by Beals.
Put the flavor on the cake.
Maddie Ellesmere looking to put middle of the key
Not
and hit
bad.
the mid-range jumper off the backboard.
If you know, Armbrae's the last possession where they turned it over up high late on the dribble, if they had just changed the angle
That's right.
a couple of times, they would have had very good penetrating passes available.
Well, and if they've recognized, you know, from the game that we're watching here, like Jamie Lynn Provo has been in that position every time, long arm to get around Sashnil Dab. So you need to put it somewhere where Jamie Lynn isn't if you want to get that ball to Sash.
But you can't do it from the angle there.
No, not from straight on like that.
And another turnover. It's a high turnover. It's going to lead to a layup.
And there's Nashia Brooks going to the hoop.
Nope.
And that three is off by Nevaeh O'Connell and a rebound by Provo. So again, another possession of one and done for Armbrae.
And once again, Beals finishes strong in a traffic kind of situation.
And he gets that ball up nice and high over Sasha.
Well, she's down and under control, and she's got length, but she's got unit of length strength too, so she finishes very effectively.
And her athleticism is just
Yep.
you know, second to none. There's another one and done, but we do get a rebound there by Maya Tolliver.
Now that's a good kick and a good
That's
look.
a good kick and a great look by Louis Francois. There's been a couple times where Armbrae, the ball just hasn't gone in for them. There's a travel called on Auburn.
But
ball
again,
going
back to our comparison about the old boards, when the ball doesn't go in for Armbrae, they're unlikely to get it back. Whereas when the ball doesn't go in for Auburn, they're very likely to get it
They're
back.
most likely to get it back, that's right.
In for the offside, number 4, Mariah Dix, and number 8, Hayden Phillips.
So we have Mariah Dix and Peyton Phillips back in for Armbrae. Sierra Burrell Grant is back for Auburn. And
Lost
and
the
we have
ball.
Addison Miller also on the floor for Auburn. Wearing number 12, I
The
think. this
take by
is her
Ellesmere was
first.
good that time, but she just didn't wrap the ball up, basically. I mean, it popped loose, but she had everything accomplished except the ball wasn't there with her upon arrival.
So Auburn has stretched their lead out to 15 with 7 minutes left in the game. And Ellesmere is called for steps.
I think he felt she shuffled the pivot foot, maybe, from the looks of it.
Yeah, looks like that's what he's calling. Beals is going to run the offense now for Auburn. They're still in the zone.
Clean.
Blocked by Amaya, but definitely giving Provo way too much space to work in that zone.
Yep. Going to call it travel, I believe. Yep.
So Armbrae has some work to do in the last 7 minutes of this game. Moving the ball around a little bit. Mariah Dix. Over to Amaya Tolliver. Nevaeh O'Connell has it now. Peyton Phillips with the handoff. Nevaeh O'Connell with a long three. Rebound by Amaya Tolliver. Oh, 30-second clock.
Yeah,
24-second clock.
They're really struggling. Auburn are kind of playing a zone-like defense, although at one point there, Provo went from the middle back row to up to guard the top. So it may be just a selective switching kind of thing, but it's very zone-like in the way it's being played, and Armbrae are not getting gaps.
No, they're not. They're just trying to
getting
pass it around
penetration.
out top.
Yeah. Walk.
But you're noticing when Auburn is in offense playing against the zone also, is they're actually passing and looking to cut and penetrate even without the ball against the zone.
Well, and they're also using the dribble against the zone, which is a great idea, because the whole key to zone offense is make two play one.
That's right,
So
make
that,
the move.
So that within a pass or two, one defender will have to play two offensive players. And part of the art of doing that, if you have people who can do it, is with the use of the dribble. Attack dribble to draw a second defender, then move the basketball. But there's not much penetration of any kind by Armbrae down here. There's a lot of penetration.
That's right.
Through a variety of means up here. And you mentioned Provo. Provo moves very well without the ball. And
She
she's
does move
strong.
very well.
And she receives the ball very adroitly in traffic. And they've delivered it well to her in traffic.
And if you're going to play a zone and the middle person is going to play that far back, that gives all that space in the middle for Provo to cut through.
Yeah. The thing about zones, when they're very well played, people talk, sometimes people they'll say matchup zone regardless of the zone. But very well played zones, in fact, are matchups.
That's right.
They may not be a pure matchup with rules, but they match people rather than guard air.
That's right.
And right now there's not enough defensive movement in the Armbrae zone to take away those lanes, and Auburn are exploiting that. That's also part of the rebounding too, by the way. Better movement.
Galbraith is back on floor for Auburn. And again, it's a one and done thing. Auburn comes away with the ball, and they're looking to push it. Cortea Frazier's looking to push it against Lily Francois. Lily's playing great defense. Oh, and there's a nice crossover.
She lost the handle.
She just lost the handle. But that was great pressure on Lily Francois against Cortea Frazier.
The other thing with regard, well, let's see what happens here.
So Auburn's back in a bit of a man now. Not playing zone this time. There's a cut, but
again, the angle's not there. You're passing a 50-50 pass, maybe even a 30-70 pass.
Yeah, you're not necessarily knowing. There's a big trap right there, and it gets through. Got the open player. Nashia Brooks with three. It's off the back. Galbraith got the rebound.
On that trap situation, it's in the coffin corner anyway, so you've got two lines that are defensive
One more
teammates.
pass. That's not really Cortea Frazier's shot.
So we've got a one-on-one.
And Nevaeh O'Connell goes in backwards and misses the shot, misses the layup.
Now,
that's a
Armbrae
travel.
got that O board, and people watching, watch how many bodies go for boards. On that one, Armbrae had 3 bodies going for the O board, and they secured it. Typically, on their quarter court possessions, they have 1 body going for an O board, and you're not going to, on a percentage basis, get a lot of O boards doing that. Down at the other end, if you watch the shot go up and Auburn miss it, you'll get more than 1 body going for the boards most times.
Right.
So, ankle down here?
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to take a little pause here from play. Nevaeh O'Connell off that missed layup came down. It looks like she tweaked her ankle
She sort
a
of
little
did
bit.
a sort of a half reverse kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a half reverse with her back to the
landed
hoop.
a little bit twisted.
And then she hit the floor on the other end, like out of bounds. Physiotherapist Karen Decker is looking in on her. Something you'll notice, or you may not know, that at the Armbrae games, home games, Excel Physiotherapy is on site for all of their home games for the guys and the girls. And they take care of the athletes from both teams if need be. So today, Karen Decker is on call, and she is taking a look at Nevaeh O'Connell. We have 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Auburn has stretched it to 15 points, 64-49.
Really, we're looking at, for this this half, we're looking at 30-16 for Auburn. We have 34-33. And if you go back about a minute prior to the end of that first half, it was about a
6 or 8 points there.
8-2 or whatever run. So really, that shift to open the third quarter, Armbrae has not been able to sort of regain the momentum and change the game.
No.
And it's continued and enabled Auburn to open it up gradually. It hasn't been a massive sort of thing, but gradually Auburn has just widened that gap.
Well, I think Auburn is playing the way that I'm used to Auburn playing, and probably the way we've seen them play even early in the season before Christmas. Like whenever they get the opportunity to push the ball, they're pushing the ball. They are, they're athletic enough, many of their players, and talented enough to do that. And even for the times that they do miss, they're confident enough to try it again the next time. And so, it's worked for them. It is kind of, I think, the staple of who Auburn is, and they've been successful in that tonight.
Well, and again, it's interesting because we saw them play in their own tournament, and in the game they lost to St. Malachy's, and I think was the semi. Was it the semi? Yeah. St. Malachy's was able to make Auburn have to play quarter-court offense for most of the game. They
That's
had
right.
to play against 5 defenders who were ready to defend. Auburn's, every team probably, but some teams even in a signature are a transition offensive team.
That's
Auburn
right.
so far is a transition offensive
That's right.
team. And in this game, once they got their footing under them, that's what the game has been.
So we finally have gotten some help for Nevaeh. Dad and physio are going to carry her off. They have bounded her ankle, stabilized it a bit, and we're going to get back in action.
I didn't actually see it happen when I think I saw what led to it. But
That's
she
right.
must have come down off balance on that
I
ankle.
didn't see how she landed. I saw that she hit the back wall and landed on her butt, but I didn't see how the ankle or the foot landed after that play.
The shot attempt was it was twisted sort of thing. And so
it was. It wasn't on balance, a shot attempt.
Yeah.
So I think everything moving forward off of that was that. Here's a foul, Maya Tolliver against Galbraith.
That was one of those, you got the foul because you were in the neighborhood.
That's right, yeah.
When she pivoted into
She
Maya.
pivoted right to Maya's elbow. Yeah. And I think she's wearing it a little bit right now.
Yeah.
So Auburn is trying to get the ball in.
She was open
Cortez
earlier,
Fraser.
but they didn't see her in time.
And another foul picked up by Amaya Tolliver.
2 quick ones. But on that back screen by Auburn, she was open early. They didn't see her in time, so then she had to take 2 more steps. But if they'd seen her in time, she would have had the layup.
The
without
layup
having
right
to
there.
go anywhere, yeah.
And Cortez is going to the line for 2 shots. She real wide on the first one. I'm looking to see if she can hit the second one.
Yep.
And that one is good.
Just took her time a little more on that one, I think.
Auburn's coming back with Provo and Beals. And I got to say, kudos to Provo and Beals. I mean, they had 2 fouls early in the game. They sat out part of the first quarter, most of the second quarter, if not the whole second quarter. And they, so far, I guess, they've made it all the way to halfway through the fourth quarter, and they're both still on the court.
And they've both been big factors in the game.
They've been great factors in the game. And still playing really hard, not playing with the thought that I have a foul. They're playing the game. Shire Brooks shoots a long 3, which rims out, and the ball's going to go back to Auburn.
Again, the 3 really has not been a big part of Auburn's game in terms of their success there. It's mainly that's where they've dominated is in the finishing area, particularly in transition, as we've said, and off offensive boards.
Maddie Root comes off the bench and gets a foul right away. Shire Brooks goes to the line for 2 shots. And she hits the first one. And the second one's good too. So they have really stretched it out to 18 points now, 67-49, just over 4 minutes left in the game. Armbrae is looking to run an offense where they can get a little bit of success. Better entry pass, but the ball's got to be caught. There's Provo running the floor.
Yeah.
And another foul by Roop. I
And-
think that's her
yeah.
4th foul.
And that's a foul. I mean, and without the foul, she was making the layup. So
What I love about Jamie Lynn Provo, and we discussed it earlier, is thinking that her main sport is soccer, but she definitely runs the floor very well. Like, she's the first player down the court.
she does a lot of things well that aren't sort of big. They're not going to make highlight films.
Yeah,
but,
they're not stats.
but she
you're not
does a
gonna find them in
lot
the stats,
of
right?
very necessary, sound things for her team, well, and frequently.
Yeah, she's definitely a force to be reckoned with when she is not in foul trouble. When she's on the floor, that's a problem. And there's absolutely nobody underneath the hoop there on that shot, and so
Not a bad look by Lily. Didn't go in, but
Auburn
again,
gets
no
the
boy.
rebound. And Beals is getting to the middle of the key, and she's going to find another 2. Nice take by Amaya.
Yep.
It rolls out, and again, Armbrae has had a couple of those shots where they've rimmed out.
They've had more than they've had a number of pretty good first looks that, almost went in and then didn't, but they don't get too many second ones off those, despite there being good first shots.
And I think if, when Coach Skier goes and looks at the stat sheet at the end of this game, that is definitely the stat that's going to jump out at her the most, is the offensive, defensive rebounds for both teams.
And the turnovers.
Yes, true.
But on that instance, interesting enough, Tolliver, who I think we can honestly say, based on what we've seen so far, Tolliver is maybe their best offensive board kid.
Yes, for this game for sure.
For this game, but I think even in the other games we've seen, she's the kid who most frequently will go get it on the old board. The Phillips kid showed us some good things defensively in the first half. It hasn't played as much in the second one. But one of the areas where Armbrae has to look for improvement is, can we get more people going to the glass for us at both ends and being effective.
So Provo bumped Tolliver right there. So Tolliver will go to the line for 2 shots. And Amaya is pretty steady at the foul line.
Yeah, I think that's one of the areas I've seen her visibly improve since the beginning of this season.
Yeah.
She was not as smooth earlier in this season as she has most of the times become.
Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I think there's
Something.
been a technical foul.
On
I
who?
think. I'm not sure. Jamie Lynn Provo left the court, is now sitting down, so I'm not sure if it was on her or not. Yeah, I'm not sure. So now Amaya Tolliver will shoot. I think now she's going to shoot her foul shots from her. So she's going to shoot the 1 extra shot.
She left the line on that one.
Yeah. So as we say that she's been a pretty good free throw shooter, she makes 1 of 3.
Yeah. Not only that, but both the second and third were kind of missed. Not softly.
There's nobody on
Nice
the wall
save.
there, and Beals is going to go right to the hoop.
And that's one of those takes. I mean, it was a cross-body take, very difficult, but for her not as difficult as for lesser athletes. But defensively, maybe you withdraw the hand and see whether she can make
Finish
that.
it or not, exactly.
As she figures out more about how to use space-time and her skill set, she's going to be a very interesting player.
Yeah, she is. She is definitely, and she's still very young. Let's say grade 10, with a very, very big upside, and so it'll be interesting to see her development and what she does moving on in the future. Lily Francois for a deep 3 that rims out. Rebound by Sahara Simmons, and Beals is just going to walk it up. Last 2 minutes of play. Auburn is up 70-50.
Almost
Kick
overthrown.
from Simmons, but Brooks controls it. Brooks puts it up as the clock goes out, and at 2 seconds she hits the three off
That
the
may be the
backboard.
first of their threes that have gone, and it was probably it was more of a desperation
Oh, it's
shot
definitely a
clock thing,
desperation shot. It's one of those ones where you say, did she call the glass?
And I think we know the answer to that one.
There's a block there by Beals on Tolliver, and Armbrae keeps the ball on the baseline. Miller is in. Brooks is out. Francois for three, and that rims out. Rebound by Tolliver. One of the few second chance opportunities that Armbrae has had tonight. And Francois muscles her way to the hoop.
Nice take. And again,
for a
you know,
finish.
Tolliver has been there consistently. Maybe their only. A little bit of a collision here.
There's a little bit of a screen set there. And I think Francois got the worst of that.
It was clean.
It was
you
definitely
know.
it was definitely a clean
It's
screen,
just,
but
I think Lily got blindsided a little bit, but it was certainly a legal screen by Simmons.
yeah, it was definitely a legal screen. But your teammates need to be able to let you know when that's coming.
Yeah, and try to see over, you know, not quite have your head in a swivel, but try to see what's coming a little bit.
Beals is trying to figure out what's going on here. We're down at 3.
Communication.
Simmons trying to go to the hoop, and she puts it up and draws a foul as the clock
And
goes
that one,
off.
again, is an instance where you absolutely do not foul. I think they may have, but the clock had already
Okay, yeah.
to save them because the player's off balance and out of control. She's, you know,
Clock's already
running
gone.
down.
45 seconds left in the game. Maya's taking it to the hoop, and Beals gets her on the hand.
Foul on number 5, Jeannie Beals. That brings up Maya Tolliver to the line, shooting 2.
So in the first half, we saw Peyton Phillips and how she stepped up for Armbrae and made her presence felt. Well, definitely in the second half, Amaya Tolliver has done that for them. She has taken the ball to the hoop. She has gone to the hoop for rebounds. She has gone to the foul line and tried to convert.
Yeah, I think there's still, I mean, early in this second part of the season here, there's still a number of question marks that Armbrae.
The steal there by Mariah Dix. Going up, she's going to take it. She's 1-on-3, 1-on-4.
That Armbrae is going to have to try to find answers for in terms of developing a greater consistency, knowing who they can depend on consistently for what. We've certainly hammered away at certain broad team areas that have to improve, and that's what the season is for.
Well, and also, I mean, if you know, with the injury that we saw tonight from Nevaeh O'Connell, if she's down for any amount of time, she is primarily their point guard. So it's definitely going to be some work for Coach Scare and her coaching staff to figure out how they're going to move forward and be successful.
Yeah, how and who.
How and who.
Who will be able to help them figure out.
That's right.
You know, an answer to that if Nevaeh, and you know, it looks like the ankle was, you know, who knows? See, it's hard to tell with ankles, right? I mean, she may be back 2 days from now, but she may also be out for a while.
That's right.
And if she is, they have some serious repositioning and refunctioning to come up with, right? In terms of who how can they take that ball distribution role and distribute it among more than one player? Because I don't see you may know there are other players better than you, but I don't see an obvious secondary point guard yet.
And there really isn't. There's people that can handle the ball a bit, but not necessarily to take control as the lead point guard, for sure. So that is a wrap for tonight. Auburn Eagles will take this one, the first game of the 2024 season in girls basketball at the Osprey Nest, 73-53.
And Auburn were able in that fourth quarter to again control that quarter as well. Remember at the end of the third quarter it was still kind of within reach for Armbrae if they could correct some things. Auburn didn't let them correct those things.
Auburn definitely took control over the fourth quarter. And so again tonight, thank you to Maritime Athletic Profiles for bringing this game to you live streamed from Halifax, Nova Scotia, for everybody that's out there watching and supporting not only girls basketball, but high school basketball, high school sports in general. We thank them. And we will see you again in the future. Coach Bev Greenlaw, thank you for joining me. I'm Leslie States on the call tonight at Auburn. Everybody, have a great night.
Thank you.
Your gifts directly contribute to real, tangible change on our campus and will immediately impact all of our students. With your support, we can expand our programs and fund enhancements to our classrooms and co-curricular learning experiences. Your gift, no matter the size, can make a difference.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.